Hello. Streaming a bit earlier than I usually do. Why not? I don't really have a plan for this. I want to show you guys something. I just found this last night and I wanted to show you guys it. If I can find it. Hold on. There was a server that I found last night that I thought was pretty cool. Fake server website. During players. Um. Found it. Alright, so this is kind of cool. It's called North American. It's very generic. It's called North American QuakeWorld, the server's name. And never heard of it before. And it has a really cute little hub area, the game, where you can choose your game mode and the map through walking around, which is pretty neat. I like it. But something cool I found that it had is it has trick jumping maps, which I've heard about, but I've never really found them in person. Oops, I already failed. That's gonna tell you how good I'm gonna be at this. Just gotta cheat a little. Maybe I can. All right, we're gonna have to mess around to get to the trick jumping maps here. Let me see if I can actually beat this little parkour section. This is what I wanted to do today. Just wanted to try these little trick jumping maps. You know, I think I gotta do this. Bam. Nope. I was doing good yesterday, I promise. Uh-oh. I was able to get there yesterday. I'm not feeling too hot today though, so maybe that's why. Oh god. So I remember I did this. Yeah, there we go. Alright, I just need to time the rocket jump right, which I wasn't doing. But I don't think you really rocket jump on these maps, so that's probably cheating. But you get these little trick jumping maps to choose from. I wanna do like a B-hop map, like this. So yeah, I'm just gonna hang out today and do some movement maps. Maybe I'll watch some YouTube or something. I'm not energetic enough to play an actual multiplayer match. Wow, I'm not the greatest beat hopper, am I? Oh, there we got something. I went too fast. Maybe I'm too good for it. There is one YouTube video I'd like to watch. but I'm almost a little scared too. Wendigoon uploaded a video on this thing called the Mandela Catalog. And I've been really enjoying like analog horror stuff like Local 58 recently. I remember seeing Local 58 when I was like, was I in middle school? No, I was in high school. Like the first year of high school, I came across Local 58, and it was like, wow. It instantly like touched on some like strange feelings, right? Because it did like the emergency alert system noise, which has always been kind of a fascination for me. Always loved how old and crappy it kind of looked. And kind of freaky in a way. They do that noise to get your attention. Yeah, maybe I should be watching something else along with this, or at least have some music in the background or something. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, yeah. Let's do a little, like, just a chill, lazy reaction stream, kinda. But there was this one piece of analog horror that I came across called the Mandela Catalog, and Wendigoon just made a video on it. It freaked me the hell out the first time I watched it, like way more than Local 58 did. It was genuinely like kind of like spine-tinglingly unnerving to me, because I think it's because it deals with like faces a lot more, and faces are pretty freaky to me. I don't know. I don't like distorted or weird faces. But let's watch this. Not. Hold on.
Hello everybody, today we are going to talk about what is, to me, the scariest series currently running on YouTube, and that is the Mandela Catalog. The Mandela Catalog comfortably finds itself in that space of analog horror that encompasses informational videos as well as personal recordings. Through a combination of creepy atmospherics and horrific visuals that have all been combined with this sort of VHS overlay, the series does a great job at not only providing scares, but as we're going to look at today, providing an insanely interesting hidden story. And I'm not trying to overhype this up.
I only watched one of them.
ARGs, and I've covered a couple on the channel. However, when it comes to what the background plot is, to me this one is the most interesting. And I'm not saying that to downplay any of the other ones, those are fantastic as well.
Yeah, I really love the analog horror genre right now. It's fantastic.
Not only that, but if you're like me, and horror's subjective, and that's what's so interesting about it, right? Like, what could be scary to you, I may be perfectly fine with, and vice versa. However, I've got this really, like, weird, uncomfortable fear for things within the uncanny valley, specifically things with flipped human features. So for example, things like tall eyes or abnormally wide mouths, just little inhuman details
the sus
like
face
always get to me. And don't worry, because this series has
he has a fear for the sus face.
I have no idea what I'm going to do for the thumbnail yet, but I'm legitimately considering just like making it a black title card. That's like,
he did not do that
on the internet, so click on the video if you want to see the scary face. Because again, you may look at it and think it's nothing, but I look at it and I have legitimately lost sleep over this series. There's a couple characters, and I'll point them out when we get to them, that I have like seen as I've been going to sleep. Like every time I close my eyes, I just think about it.
Yeah, I've had a little bit of that with the series. Oh my god.
So needless to say, it did.
Some of the scenes have been really stuck in my head. It's like, oh my god.
And not only is he a fantastic,
I haven't had anything like that since I was like 3 and watching creep. No, not 3, 12 and watching creepy YouTube videos. 3, what the hell? I wasn't around when I was 3.
Whenever I first messaged him, he was excited to talk to me because he watches the channel, which is really cool. Appreciate it, Alex. But he also, as soon as I messaged him, he's like, yeah, you want me to tell you the whole story of all the secret stuff that's happening, and I said no because that takes all of the fun out of it.
Yeah.
However, something that
Gotta
it did
figure it
give
out for
me
yourself.
was a recommended order to watch.
It's
the
about,
series
like,
that may make more sense to a new viewer.
aliens
So
or
what
whatever.
we're gonna
It's
do
about
is we're gonna do a
doppelgangers
straight run-through
with
of
weird,
plot points,
different
beats, and the
features.
individual scares
And they're
that
very
happen within
hostile,
each
and it's
episode,
really
which,
uncomfortable.
trust me, there are a lot of them. To make sure that we're all on the same page, and then I'm going to go back through and reveal a lot of the hidden secrets that most people miss on their first viewing. And then we're going to use all that information, put it together, and I'm going to show you why, in my opinion, this is the best hidden story in analog horror today. But before I get into that, let me get into this.
I've only seen
Because
one of
while
these,
it is
so I don't know
scary
the
with
entire
lights
thing.
off, need to
I
make
watched
sure
the
that I can
first
keep my
compilation
attention.
video,
So
like it was like a
insert
15-minute
ad
long video of
to be determined
different
later.
videotapes.
Right. And speaking of lights, why don't we do something about these lights? That's better. See, now that summer's over, we can find.
There was also one that took place in Minnesota where I lived, which was really cool.
That's spooky season. The one
There was an
time of year
analog
I
horror
can do
series.
stuff like this, and people don't immediately call the police. And today, I'll be honest, I am so excited to tell you about a service that I've been using for the past couple years.
I gotta slow down.
And they finally said I can do an ad for them. So today I'm here to tell you about Shudder. If you like scary movies and you don't know about Shudder yet, then oh boy, are you gonna love this. If you're like me and you go on to Netflix or Hulu or whatever other streaming service,
I can't subscribe to another streaming service, Wendigoon. I'm sorry. The problem, there's just too many now. It's getting as bad as cable, where you have to pay for like a billion different things.
I'm not kidding. The entire site is
And
a
it's
lineup
just-
of horror films. And whereas most streaming services have their movies
Honestly, I
laid out
think
by
when I
genre,
move out, I'm just
Shudder
gonna
is
have
so committed
I'm
to
gonna have a
horror
laptop, a
design
torrent
that it's
client,
laid
and a
out by
VPN,
subgenres. So you
which
can
will be the
choose
only thing I'm
slasher,
paying monthly
psychological,
for.
demonic, supernatural,
I'm getting annoyed with
whatever.
this.
As well as all the other new stuff that they're coming out with exclusive to the platform.
But
For
Shudder
example,
seems cool.
Creepshow, which
I
is based off the
enjoy
Stephen King
horror
series,
movies. I
is
think that is
currently
cool
on
what
its
they're
third
doing.
season. As well
But
as
I can't afford it.
VHS
I can't
94,
afford
one of
another
the
stream.
scariest movie trilogies to come out in the past decade has its fourth installment exclusively on Shudder. And let me tell you, it's worth
VHS?
the
Wait,
watch.
really?
Currently, Shudder has just kicked off their 61 Days of Halloween, filled
That's
with
kinda
new
cool.
series and movies exclusive to the platform.
VHS was really
Not
cool. We
only
almost
that,
watched
but
that at
with
one of my
all the new
birthday
stuff that
parties
has
once,
come out,
and
it's taken
I'm
off
glad
of
I didn't
itself.
because I
Like,
still
did
was
you know
kind of not
Elvira's still doing
desensitized to
stuff
horror
on it?
movies yet, and that one
Now
is
you do.
freaky as
well
hell.
a
The
ton of
first
anthology
VHS.
series coming out soon. Documentaries
I recommend
about
it if you've never
behind-the-scenes
seen
of
it.
your favorite horror movies. I'm telling you, if you appreciate horror, which if you clicked on this video, you probably do.
Analog
Shudder
horror,
is
I
the
guess.
streaming
Except it doesn't
service.
really look like a
And just to prove
VHS
it to
tape,
you, if you go to
unfortunately.
the link in the description today at shudder.com. That's
It would be cool if it did.
SHUDDER.
You just gotta run the movie through a
and
VHS
use the
tape player.
discount code
There you go.
WINDOW.
You get the
You will be
authentic
able to try
VHS
Shudder
experience.
for 30 days free. That's right. You can try what is, in my opinion, the best streaming service out for free for a whole month.
Wendigoon is a
If you go to
fantastic
shudder.com,
YouTuber, by the way. I've been watching nearly every
SHUDDER
video he's been putting
.com
out
and use discount
since
code
I
WINDOW.
found his
Thank you all so much
videos.
for watching the ad. Thank you so much.
It's strangely comfy. I don't know why horror YouTubers are so weirdly comfy. Oh, there's some games going on.
Hope that you check it out. We are back to the
Do you
video.
see?
We are going to go ahead
I can't
and get
play
into
right
the
now.
Mandela Catalog, but as always, thank you for watching. Caitlin, do not put this in the video. I'm going to go grab a drink.
For the next hour, we will watch Wendigoon take a
According
total
to
of
Alex,
11
the most
sips.
cohesive way to understand this story is to start with the second video on the channel titled
Really?
Think. We open with a symbol from the United States Department
saw
of
that.
Temporal Phenomena. We can see beneath the wording that it was established in 1981, and the symbol of the department itself is that of a clock. Even the saying tempus fugit under it means time flies in Latin. Now, again, we're going to get into
I watched
theories
all of
about
them
what
at
this
once because they
means
put them in a
and how it all
compilation
connects
video,
together
and
in a
that's what
bit,
was
but I'm just
recommended to
giving
me
you the
first. It was a
pieces of the puzzle
15-minute
right now.
long
We start
analog
the video
horror
and see
compilation.
that
It
it
was
is
like,
an
oh my
informational
god.
guide how to deal with something
was
that they
genuinely
call the
hellish.
unforeseen threat known as an alternate. Now, before we get the description of them,
The
it says
alternates,
that
yeah.
if ever encountering an alternate, the best thing to do is to lock your doors, get a gun, run and hide. And in our description of what the creature actually is, it says
You
that
don't
some
get a
of
gun
them
to
can
kill
look
it.
perfectly identical to specific humans. However, that some of them, as we see that other ones contain wildly inhuman features.
I laughed when I
It
first saw
says
that.
the alternate's way of attack is that it performs a
I
method
laughed
of
when I first saw that,
psychological
but then
warfare,
when they
and in the
actually showed
diagram, we
it,
can
the
see that
pictures, it was
this
like, oh
alternate
fuck,
is
never
speaking
mind.
redacted text
Not
to what
as
appears to be two
funny.
distressed humans. Now, what's interesting is that we're given a lot more of the pieces here than you may think after you finish the series.
Yeah, it was.
So for now, keep in mind that these alternates do a form of psychological warfare and can appear to look as a specific person. So we then see what the actual think principle itself is. Think is an acronym for what to do if encountering an alternate, which is first step to tell an authority figure, then hinder the alternate's movement, identify the class type, neutralize the alternate, and finally, kill yourself with the message, there's not enough room for the two of us. So in order, tell an authority figure, find a way to get away, try to identify the kind that it is.
That's why you get the firearm.
And then if killing it doesn't work, take out yourself. What's interesting is the message at the end that says there's not enough room for the two of us. This implies a couple things. For one, it's the idea that for an alternate to become an alternate, it has to take over the role of the person that it's trying to mimic. And also, it seems that one of these alternates is speaking to us right now. After that, we see a message that we need to know our place in reality.
It switches.
But not only that, we then move on to a message that says know your enemy. We are then shown three different classes of these
I don't
creatures.
think it was supposed to say.
The first one being that of a
random.
doppelganger. This appears to be a perfect
these freaked me
copycat
the
of
hell
person
out.
that they're trying to mimic. We see something known as detectable. I'll get into what that means in a minute, but the only image that we have of it right now is that of Jesus with a very distorted face, and I know that it's Jesus from an episode we're going to get to in just a minute.
Really?
And then finally, the redacted class type.
Jesus.
These things do not look at all like the people they are trying to mimic, and this is an example of that impossible anatomy that was mentioned earlier.
I think that
We
he's
see three
missing out on the
examples of
fact
what
that
this
like it
redacted
looks like
class
these
type
parts
looks like
aren't meant to be
before we
shown to
get
you, like
final shot
the
of
first
video,
version of
which
the
is one
K and the
them
think
standing
principle. I'm
in
not going to say it
someone's
out loud.
bedroom corner.
It was like
So
a
we now know that there's
glitch.
three different types of these creatures that are attacking.
It's like that the
each other.
government doesn't, or
The
whatever,
doppelganger
whoever's
and
putting
the
out this
redacted are the
PSA
ones
does
we'll
not
look at
want
right
them
now.
to know
The detectable is its own
that
thing
that's
I'll
the
talk about
final
in a
thing
minute.
you
So
should
we see
do.
that some of them are these
But
impossibly
typically it's
shaped
what
creatures
happens,
that
and
can
that's
be
why
in
they ask you to
someone's
grab the
house,
firearm.
as well as another kind that is a perfect copy of an individual. Keep all these pieces
It's so
together
uncomfortable,
right now.
genuinely.
There's two different kinds, at least two different main kinds. They mimic and they do acts of psychological warfare. With that in mind, let's move on to the next episode. After this, we'll move on to the third video on the channel, which Alex recommended to me as being the second one in the watch order, and that is Mandela Catalog Volume 1. The beginning of this is exactly like the beginning of the Think video. However, it seems like early into it, whoever is watching through the VCR player ejects the video and starts up a new one. This doesn't necessarily relate to the story of it altogether, but at least not yet it doesn't. But it seems that someone is watching all of these videos in the order that we're seeing them. So maybe whoever's watching this tape is trying to find out more information about what these alternates do. So after the section
I'm
of
doing
the
fine,
Think
random
video
sweet.
is
I'm
over,
sorry, I forgot to
we
say
then
that.
see
I'm a little
picture
tired
of
and I'm
two
not
different
feeling
guys
too
who are
great physically,
initially
but I'm okay.
identified as Victim 1 and Victim 2
Oh yeah, this
before their names changed to
Jesus.
Mark Heathcliff and Caesar Torres. We hear a phone conversation between the two where Caesar says that he's taking his mom to the hospital. What happens is Caesar says that he heard his mom scream, she took a bad fall, so now he's driving her to the hospital and needs Mark to turn on the
That he's not
cameras
showing
in
the,
house.
he's not playing
Now,
the
this
audio
is
because the
weird,
audio
right?
freaked me the hell
If your
out.
mom collapsed and you were driving her to the hospital, your first concern wouldn't be to call your friend to have him come over and turn on a bunch of security cameras. This implies that whatever's going on with these alternates,
An alternate.
maybe people don't know the specifics of how it works, but they know that something's going on and the news is telling them that something's going on.
Yeah.
The conversation continues until Caesar says the phrase, try to get a good view
I didn't notice
of
that
the back
before.
hallway before the video immediately distorts and Caesar's face morphs into this.
It's the sus
In my
face.
opinion, watching it in this order, this is the first real scare of the series. But don't worry, it'll get worse. So we then follow a recording from Mark's dash cam as he drives over to Caesar's house. We then flip through all the cameras that are turned on within Caesar's house before we see the message come on the screen that there was motion detected at 3 a.m.
Oh, fuck.
Also, this is kind of a side note from the story itself, but Alex has done an excellent job at setting up tension to this point.
Yep.
And I didn't say this earlier enough, let me say this now. If this sounds even remotely interesting to you, it's the link right after the ad in the description. Go to it, watch it. I do not want to spoil the horror of the series for you by describing it before you get to
look up the
experience it
Mandela
firsthand.
Catalog
So go do
if
that.
you're interested.
But Alex really is great at setting up tension, because as these cameras were flipping, I was on the edge of my seat. No clue what was going to happen, but just ready for anything. After that, we then see another message come across the screen at 5:30 a.m. that says
Russ
there
entered
was
the game.
a noise detected. We then hear a woman scream the phrase, "Who are you? Get away from me." And then we have another jump cut to the faces of Mark and Caesar as they're twisted and pulled into this, and then just two standalone eyes in the darkness. Now, because there's only been one woman mentioned in the series so far, that being Caesar's mother, I'm going to imagine this is her. Not only that, but Caesar's mention to Mark to turn on the cameras in the back hallway implies that that's either where he found her or where he heard the scream from.
Russ is
so I
gonna,
think
like,
what
first
we're
try the
hearing
shot.
is the last interaction that she had before she was attacked
Did he make-
by whatever this thing is. And then at the final shot of the house, we see
He's
that
gonna
the
wanna
door
play a
is
game, I
wide
think.
open. We then get the message, "It followed me home, Caesar," before we cut to a shot of a wooden door in someone's bedroom with this sound playing of someone trying to get in.
Let me in, Mark. I have a gift for you. I have a present. I have a surprise. I will not hurt.
Now, considering the sentence was, "It followed me home, Caesar," and then from evidence we'll see in a second, this is Mark who has just left Caesar's
If he has to
house.
play, I'll
And
pause
now
and we'll play.
whatever followed Mark home from Caesar's house is outside of his bedroom door, trying to convince him to come out. We then get this message, again from Mark, that says, "I do not want to see what is on the other side, but it has been days and nobody has come to help me." We then hear
one
audio
comes to
of
help.
Mark hearing laughing coming from within
They
his
go
house
back to
before
that in
he
the police
screams
video.
and then fires a gun. We then see the phrase on the screen, "Uh-oh, bad decision, Mark," before we hear footsteps running to the camera and this face appears on screen. We then see this shot of Mark's partially censored body lying on the bed as a dial tone plays,
It's so
with the text
uncomfortable.
saying, "Nobody came for me." Alright, so some stuff to take away from this clip is after Mark went to Caesar's house to turn on the cameras,
Did he do something?
it seems as he said that something followed him home. And then after days of it tormenting him over and over, Mark shot himself because as
No.
he said, "No one came for me." So to raise a couple hypothetical questions that I'm going to answer in a second. For one, how on earth did Caesar survive if whatever this thing is attacked his mom, and then whenever Mark comes, it immediately follows him home? And also, why, if he attempted to call the police and was in there for days, did no one come to help him?
And just do it
we'll
fucking
get an answer to
perfectly
that
first
second
try.
one right now. In the next tape on this episode, we are now viewing the Mandela County Police training video, with the warning message that we should definitely not watch this at any case if we ourselves are not part of the police force.
This
We also
is
see
what
that
got
this
to
is
me a little.
specifically for 911 call operators. A creepy voice gives us the basic rundown, where it explains to us what to do in the case of police, fire, and medical emergencies, which all of them are just called the police, fire, or medical departments. So yeah. Before we get a secret fourth option that can occur, and
Damn
that
it.
is an encounter.
That's the furthest I've
to
gotten.
which it specifically says, and remember, this is for anyone who is a call operator in Mandela County, do not help a caller reporting an alternate encounter. So, for one, that explains why no one came to help Mark, because they're specifically told that they can't help them. But why? It then follows up and says no matter how frantic their screams are, and that they should lie to the caller and say that help is on the way. And
Well,
then
that's
goes on
why
to
no
say,
one
"Do
came
not
to
speak
help
too much.
Mark."
You might accidentally reveal your fear." Before the line, "Nothing is worth the risk," is repeated over and over. So initially you may watch this part where it says that the police shouldn't help anyone who's dealing with an alternate and think that they're in on it. However, that last sentence makes me think otherwise. The part where it says, "Do not talk too much, you might accidentally reveal your fear."
No, it's just an
If the police were for
unmanageable
some
threat.
reason in on this, why would they be afraid to reveal their fear to this person who's about to be a victim of an alternate attack? Or alternatively, what if they don't want the alternate to know what they fear? Hence the phrase that follows afterwards, "Nothing is worth the risk." We then move on to the final tape
here we go.
in this video, which is titled Toddler Stress Assessment.
This is where I stopped because the name of this video alone was like, nah, I'm good.
Media. It starts out normally, as most of these horrific tapes do, but then we see the message, "Daddy didn't tuck me in, and there is a man in the closet." After this, we then see a book that a kid has wrote, and that kid's name is Mark, and he wrote it when he was only 4 years old. Now, it is a common rule in storytelling that if you have two characters, never name them the same thing ever. That's just mean, because we already have Mark Heathcliff from the tape that I talked about a minute ago, and now we have a different Mark, so it can be safely assumed that these two are the same person. And as a matter of fact, that's something I confirmed with Alex to make sure he wasn't being a jerk. So this is the same Mark who would one day have
I'll pause for a moment and we can play a match. Hold on.
Resort to suicide to get away from it. The book is titled The Scary Night, and it goes as such. Daddy didn't check under my
You guys want to see my ass get kicked at Duel real quick? There we go. Want to do 4-on-4? Oh, what? Whoa, whoa. What's this? Huh? Oh. Huh. He's showing me Easter eggs. Hippos. It lives. Can't go inside the dope fish, unfortunately. Okay, we're doing it. What is this map? This ought to be interesting. Did he ready up? Yep. Oh! Still somehow made it. Despite the fact I blocked him right there. Nope. Timing's off. I can't do the grenade jumps yet. Kinda. How did he do that now? Oop. I bet you jump from the chair, because I didn't hear him rocket jump. Do you jump from the chair to the handle? Yes, you do. So Russ actually taught me how to alias or bind keys way back in the day when I was playing Quake, how to set my auto fire keys so I could quick switch from rocket to lightning. He was really good. Oh, whoa. This is an odd map. I love going through old 3D stuff. I don't know why. It's like it's just going to. It's like you can tell these people were just making an entirely new world. And they were just fascinated by it. Early 3D maps are really cool like this. The kind that try to imitate reality in a sense. Besides, you know, being rat-sized. Let your team before ready. Hold on. Oh, okay. Okay, we're doing we're gonna duel on this map. Why not? This will be interesting. There's where Rocket is. Alright, I should know that. Good spawn for me. Should I wait for him to get something? Waiting. I don't know if we're fighting yet or not. No! I was trying to nade. Grab Mega. This ought to be it. Oh, I got him with that. Holy shit. Oop. Alright, we're playing. We're playing. I didn't know that could happen. Spawn killing on this map might be a bit cheap, but it's against Russ, so... Oh, shit. Alright, maybe... Alright, I'll let up a little bit. Getting hurt. I'll suggest an actual map after this. Oh, shit. Yeah, it's not really a real map, so if he loses, it's okay. I was gonna use the lightning. Oh shit. Yes. Oh, I missed the rocket. Oh, oh! We. No! No way. No way. God damn it. Alright, I'll take that rocket. No, I can't! Oh no! I told you guys, want to see my ass get kicked at duel? Gonna try and knock me off. Try and take that armor away from him. No! Damn it. Oh! How do you get that red armor? You just gotta... Oh, you just gotta bear with it. Oh, shit. There's the mega. Gonna try and get it. No! Gonna try and juke for a little while. Quickly run in and out. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. No! Damn it! Damn it. How did he get up there so quick? Thought he might be coming out the other way. Oh my god, finally got him. Alright, quick run for Mega. He's already stacking up. He got the lightning spawn. Oh god, oh my god. That was some good lightning. Not the greatest map. Oh shit. I think you just gotta take shots. Can't really hold back too much. We got lightning. Damn it. Okay, maybe we should just, yeah. Oh, what am I doing? Well, that ain't good. That backpack gave me nothing. Damn it. Thought I could maybe get some chipped in. Nah. Like, chip the last of the damage off. You get red? You got red. Fuck. No! Ah! Go, go, go. This can't work under pressure like that. Got him, finally. Oh my god. Let's get going up there again. No! Shit. Uh-oh, run. Juke, juke, juke. Grab those rockets. No, I predicted the wrong way there. I can very easily lose track of players in this game because there's no footstep sounds like in other Quake games. Damn it! Oh, I was trying to go for that lightning, the armor. He's going for mega. No, he's going out the other way. Oh my god. Cool, get stuck on the wood. Do it. Hit him. Damn it. No, I should have gone for that nade. Alright. Could have gone some more rockets with that. He's gonna try and... How did he get up there? What? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. That was a cool move, though. Maybe just take him out right there. There we go. I'm doing better now. I've kind of figured this map out a little. But in Quake. Oh! Happens when you just rush things. That backpack gave me nothing of worth. Let me see if I can just... Aw. No! Alright, I can't... I gotta stay calm. Alright, let's do an actual map now. Is it DM4, DM5? I think it's 5. I think that's the one that I like. Maybe. Oh, maybe not. Which one was the one that I like? This map. The DM... I think it might be DM6. Yeah, this one. Yeah, I like this one. I'm probably gonna be terrible at it though. Why not? I'm probably gonna suck at this, but let's go. Alright, probably should go for Mega and Rocket here. Back out here, grab that armor. And I'm gonna go above, try and get ahead of him on... The lightning gun is really important in this map, so I'm gonna just... this, and then go quick grab it. And then he's probably... Where the hell is he? He must be up top. Where'd he go? Guess I can't move as fast. Damn it. Oops. Shit. Fuck! Oh. Nice! Okay, grab that. Oh no! Really wanted that lightning. Oh my god. Got the red. Grab that health. Holy shit. Damn. Thank you for tuning in, random. Watching me get my ass kicked. I don't know why I thought that grenade launcher was him. He wouldn't be there. I know he wouldn't be there. I'm learning. What the hell? Really? All that stack? Come on. I think I'm just gonna let him have that. Don't have the resources to fight. Just take Mega. Got him. He actually taught me a trick on this map years ago. I can control that Mega, but I just can't seal the deal on these frags. Thanks. Took the mega from me. Yep. He just is running around unpunished, man. Oh! Why am I doing this? Just get some damage on him. That probably means Mega's up soon. Got him. Don't you do it. Well, let's fight him for that red. After I die. Fuck! Oh my god. I'm going for the red. I don't even give a shit. Just gonna take it from him. E7. Shit. Oh, I thought I hit it! Oh! Yeah, I don't know why I did that. Not my most calculated move. No. No way! Oh my god, I've killed myself 4 times. No. Ugh. I wanted to play something comfy. This isn't that comfy. I just gotta land my shots. I take the red armor. I just gotta land my shots. And now I'm not really taking any items. Oh! Damn it. Yeah, should have seen that coming. Whoops. Damn it! Oh my god. Getting a kill on him, at least at the end here. Shit. Come on! Go! No! Damn it. I did better than I thought I would for like someone who's going against like a guy who actually taught me the game and then I didn't play for years. I got a lot of kills, I just kept suiciding. Alright. Alright, we can go back to the Wendigoon video now. I'll get it one day, I'll get him one day. I think I just gotta work on, I just need to work on my rockets there. Because I had them in a few situations and then I just like choked my aim. I think I just gotta get at aiming and stuff again. And just be able to seal the deal on frags. I might have a fighting chance. Oh, this is not the... Oh yeah, I forgot to show you guys this. Hold on. This is the race mode in QuakeWorld. Which is... quite odd. Sorry for burping in your face. It's the race mode in QuakeWorld. I didn't even know this existed, but it does. Not this map. But something I didn't really... I kind of knew, but I didn't think was actually... Like, you can see it here. I didn't know that Quake really had surf physics, or at least I didn't know that people took advantage of it in the way they did, like, with CSGO. But they have. Like, and you can see it right here. Like, woo, bang. Oh, shit. Messed that up. You can go, woo. I kind of screwed it up. I'm not the best at this map either. There was one map that I was really bad. Hold on. I actually like made a tweet about it. I was like, Quake surf isn't real, it can't hurt you. And it was me like executing a sick ass run in this one map. Big ass slopes. I got too tilted near the end of that match, I really did. At a certain point I do just reserve myself that I'm gonna lose this. And I can't tell myself that because that's when I start playing badly. You kinda gotta, I've heard that you really need to learn how to like stay strong in the second half of a Quake match because it's always the hardest part. To keep control or to take back control. This isn't the map. Like a creepypasta area in a secret Quake map. What's gonna pop out at me? Nothing. I love exploring old Quake maps like this for multiplayer servers. Checking before I tell you guys this. I downloaded a huge archive of Team Fortress maps once. There was one map called like 5-on-5 porn or something, and it was quite literally just exactly what it sounds like. It was a 5-on-5 Team Fortress map, but the walls were covered in Zorn. And it was like, yeah, you know, that kind of makes sense. Internet speeds were slow back then, so you know, you get two for the price of one. You get a Team Fortress map, and you get a bunch of Spank Bank. For two for the price of one. One download. was probably a good deal. And you could tell it was like 90s crap too. Anyways. Let's go back to that bunny hopping map. Maybe I can finally do it. Seems like Russ didn't have too much trouble with it. I must harness the power of Russ. Okay, let's watch the rest of that Wendigoon video, shall we? I didn't watch this part of the Mandela Catalog. At this point, I was done with it because it was like, God, no, the police one already got me. I don't want to watch the. I don't want to watch the. The one where a kid.
My bed last night.
Kids involved.
So I went to mommy's room. I was scared. There was scary knocking at the door, and the scariest part is walking by the dark room by the stairs.
I feel that.
We then see a diagram of this dark room by the stairs that Mark's referring to. Almost at mommy's room, then I saw the man in the corner, and then I fell asleep. The end.
It's an alternate.
With this being the diagram of the man in the corner. And then finally, in the second section of this video, it then says we're supposed to record our child's reaction to visual stimuli, and after some normal images of cats and balloons and white people and all that stuff, we then see an image of this dark room by the staircase that Mark was referring to, and then finally we see this, with the message next to it indicating that this is an intruder. And that's the end of Mandela Catalog Volume 1. Alright, so that final module connects a lot of the ideas of what.
Alright, so I haven't watched any past this point.
So whatever this intruder was, the man in the closet.
I think I did watch the teaser for the Mandela Catalog too.
Very differently.
It was only text though. There was no images.
Or the alternates that we've seen up until this point. See, according to Mark, this thing was an element of his childhood. It wasn't just a one-time occurrence. It was the man in the dark room. And at the end of the video, he specifically referred to as an intruder. This is very similar to the alternates that we saw at the end of the first video, the Think video that was standing in the corner.
Sorry, I'm making a bunch of noise.
However,
I got to turn off the volume.
Is totally different.
I've been desensitized to quake noises.
Now, while I may be jumping the gun a little bit, and this may get more into the theory side I'm going to talk about at the end, I want to mention this right now while it's fresh on your mind. The thing I mentioned earlier, the other hypothetical question of how wasn't Caesar killed by whatever this thing is? Well, if you'll remember how doppelgangers work, they are a perfect copy of the person that they want to mimic. And at the beginning of the video, we see Mark and Caesar both labeled as victims. However, we don't see anything happen to Caesar within this video. So what if Caesar was already a doppelganger at the time he called Mark? Because think about it, if one of these things was in Caesar's house,
what the hell? I wasn't even looking.
Potentially killed her. Then how was Caesar able to just walk back there?
I was looking at the OBS screen, but it's massively cut off.
It would also explain why he was so eager to get.
I wasn't paying attention to it.
House, and especially for him to go into the back hallway. Not only that, but whenever we hear the scream of the mother at that portion in the video, and their faces distort, it's Caesar's face who distorts into the two-eyed figure. This would imply that the creature that attacked her was the mimic of her own son, Caesar. So I think that Caesar was already dead, and his doppelganger lured Mark over to the house so that he could be killed as well. Or in this case, kill himself. Now, we're going to get more into why they're doing this, and particularly how they're doing this in a minute, but now we need to go to what is, in my opinion, the most terrifying episode of the entire series. And it's the first episode on the channel, Overthrown. Also, we're going to get sacrilegious here. If you have a problem with that, I'm sorry. Overthrown is the first video on the channel and the third in the
because it has Jesus.
It opens up with what appears to be a children's television special.
Let's watch this. Let's watch this actually. Hold on. I don't want it spoiled for me. If this is the most scary one, I don't want it spoiled. I haven't seen this one. I love the chilly willies that this series gives. Also, it is a really intense scare, genuinely at times. It's one of those really. If you watch the compilation video, the Volume 1 video, all the way through. Like I didn't watch it all the way through. I stopped, right? Because it's just it's relentless. It's just relentless tension. And it's like, oh my god, I can't do this. And it's like, yeah. But I love it.
Don't be afraid. I bring good news of great joy for you and all people.
Oh good, I can turn the volume
Tonight,
down.
your Savior was born in David's town. He is Christ, the Lord. You will find him wrapped in swaddlecloth, lying in a manger.
Fuck. U-17 bomber.
Mary was the head of her team, but she got a very special message from an angel.
Okay, it's not like a loud sound. They don't do jump scares with the series.
The angel Gabriel. I've come to bring good news.
News?
Censored.
For me?
That translates to something, probably. Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Whatever God wants.
Can I copy this? Not really. Not from here. Also, I respect anyone's freedom of religion. I just want to say that right now. Yeah. Not a particularly religious person myself, but we're good. We're good. Can I copy stuff from here and put it in here? Right, hold on. Let's try and... Oh shit, I might have just spoiled it for myself. Sorry. I want to just know what that translates.
The angel Gabriel. I've come to bring good news.
News? For me?
I wonder if this is like an actual cartoon. You couldn't have made it for this. Oh shit. Alright, well someone just commented it. For anyone wondering, it looks like all the binary translates to I am the one true savior. I must reverse the delusion. Joseph is next. Okay, Mandela Catalog.
Whatever God wants, I will do.
Watching this with captions is kind of spoiling the stories. Fuck this.
I will fool the shepherds. I will know their greatest fear. I will know your greatest fear. Wake up, Joseph. Wake up,
Joseph.
wake up, wake up, wake up, wake
Doesn't say
up,
that many times, right? No, it doesn't. So the captions kind of add on to it. I was like, maybe I should disable the captions. It's sort of a part of it. Damn, that bass up in the club. Fucked up. No, it's gonna fucking show it. Just show the goddamn face.
I have great news. I am your true savior. I know everything about what makes you human. I know what you love. I know what you dread.
Oh, fuck off, man. Hate that face. Holy shit. How... Whoa, 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 whoa. How frozen I... Whoa, 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 whoa. How frozen I became powerless then. Ask it not, reader, for I write it not, because all language would be insufficient. I did not die, and I alive remained not. Weird way to say it. For thyself now hast thou out of wit. I became both. I just watched for Halloween with a friend. I watched Angel's Egg, which tells an alternate version of Noah's Ark which this kind of reminds me of, except maybe not as intense. It's a little bit more serene. That's one of my favorite movies though, Angel, which is kind of deals with some religious stuff. Fucking uncomfortable. Yeah, I could see how some people could be upset by this. Capitalize the G. You kidding me? Wait, what did it say at the end there? I'm sorry, I kind of missed it because I was making a stupid joke. Please help me. There is a God, please help me. Is that what it's saying? Huh. So this is just the alternates like corrupting an existing religious cartoon, trying maybe this is part of its psychological warfare to like make people doubt their religion or something. That's what I'm wondering. Or is this like saying they've been there since the beginning of time, since like God or whatever? No, I think that it's that this is part of their psychological warfare to fuck with people's heads. This is like something that someone being influenced by an alternate would see. Fucking, it's really amazing. Anyways, let's go right back to it. Let's go right back to the Wendigoon video. I might just there's more of them. No, I think that's the last one.
Hello.
Hope it'll pick up where it left off.
Hello,
here.
everybody.
Shit.
Today we are going to talk about what is, to me, the scariest series currently.
Yeah, it's fucking uncomfortable.
Anything happened to Caesar within this video. So what if Caesar was already dead? That Jesus has been born in the city. The most terrifying episode of the entire series. And it's the first episode on the channel, Overthrown. Also, we're going to get sacrilegious.
Really? That was the first one that they made?
If you have a problem with that.
What a fucking opener.
Overthrown is the first video on the channel and the third in the recommended watch order. It opens up with
I don't know
what
how I missed
appears
that.
to be a children's television special of the biblical Christmas story. It starts out normally with Gabriel telling the shepherds that Jesus has been born in the city in Bethlehem before the screen distorts, and then nothing is normal or okay after this. You hear a broken voice describing
I think
the
Wendigoon
city
is kind of
in
religious, so
Bethlehem
maybe that
in which
makes
Jesus
sense.
was born before it talks about the
He
moment
did a
in which
video
the
on
angel
religion
came
or
to
whatever.
Mary to tell her that he was going to be the mother of Christ. However, this time
Yeah, he
it
teaches
says that
Bible
the
studies or
angel's
something.
name is redacted. Now, it's easier if I talk you through this as we go through this episode, because it'll make more sense at the end of it. So it seems that what's happened is Gabriel, who we saw in the first scene, whenever that screen was distorted, they were replaced, and now we have this new angel who, again, the name is redacted. Whenever the angel comes down to Mary, we get this horrific glitch that comes
Oh,
up
I
on
didn't
the
even
screen.
notice that.
I also want to mention that I thought you all were hyping Mandela Catalog up a little bit too much. And remember, this is the first episode on the channel. So, like, I'm like, all right, what is this? Another ARG? I've seen 8 million of these. I'm tough. So I turn it on at night.
I know, it
by
was like,
myself,
what the hell?
And it's that. And, like, I saw the face and heard the glitch noise and all that, and was mortified, and I hate all of you anyway. So after we see this broken face, a black square covers it up, similar to the black square that covered up Mark's head after his suicide. After Mary speaks to this redacted angel, we then hear the angel say something that's completely unintelligible. Now, I know that there's hidden messages within the captions of this video, however, I want to save that for the end analysis. We then see Joseph sleeping in his bed as this redacted angel comes to the window and says that he will know the shepherd's fear and that he will trick the shepherds before repeating "Wake up, Joseph" over and over. We then get an alternate scene of the opening, wherever Gabriel came to the angels, only this time it's our new redacted or fake angel. Remember, the way that these doppelgangers work
Redacted
is they
angel.
replace someone and
Fucking
take on their
SCP
identity.
angel.
So we now have this figure, which is the body of Jesus Christ with another blacked out box over the head, before he says to the shepherds, "I know what makes you human, I know what you love and what you dread," before his face glitches and this happens.
I know what you love. I know what you dread.
What is that song? It's probably important.
Now, it may just be the fact that I'm a Christian and have been
Yeah,
raised
right.
in church all my life and stuff like that, and the fact that little uncanny stuff gets me. But the combination between the distorted
Yeah,
music
that could
and
fuck
the
somebody
face
up.
and everything put together absolutely destroyed me for a while. Like I said, that whenever I've been going to sleep, I keep seeing this face over and over.
Uh-huh.
It's this face. And what's funny is a couple of you are probably looking at like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. And you know what? I'm glad. I'm glad that you're tough, and I'm glad you're that cool, and I'm glad that you're going to be able to sleep tonight, because I won't.
No,
We
I
then
get it,
see
man.
A text
I get
in
it.
red across the sky that says, "Can't you see I deceive them?"
I'm not
such
even paying
weak
attention
mind."
to the
Before
bunny
the text
hopping at
color
this point.
shifts to white, and we
I'm just
see
watching
this
it through
message.
OBS.
"I am bound to chains on my ankles that grow heavier with every step. The infinite amount of sand will be
You guys
my
are
tomb.
cruel for making
My
Wendigoon watch
foolishness
this. You should
will
have
be
told
my
him not to
legacy.
watch this one
There
first.
is a God. Please help me." Now,
It's not the first
there's
in the watch
certainly
order.
a lot to break down there.
You can watch the Christian
And
one
I
first.
could do that now, or I could make you wait for the end of it, and I think I'm going to make you wait for the end of it. The reason being, and I promise, it's going to make a lot more sense when I talk about all of this at once. So for now, let's move on to the next one, Intruder Alert. Intruder Alert is the fourth video
Yeah, I think I
and
saw
the
this
fourth
one
one
too.
in this watch order. It
No,
opens
I
up with
haven't.
the charming message with this guy's face that says, "I am inside your home." Lovely. We then switch to another message from Mandela County, from the Mandela County Child Endangerment Awareness Association.
Oh,
What they're
fuck.
doing is showing an educational video to teach parents how to properly keep an eye on their children. We then see a television
No,
set
you're
that has
not.
normal
You're
things
not
on
in
it
my house.
initially, but then right before a cut, we have a fade in of the face that we saw at the beginning of the video. We then see that we are to be careful about the TV before the message is quickly typed in that they exist on different spectrums. So we obviously see that whatever these creatures
Do you guys see
are,
him?
and the fact that the name of this episode is titled Intruder Alert and the opening face said, "I am inside your home," we can assume that whatever this face is, it's part of this mimic or alternate thing that's going on in Mandela County. And for whatever reason, they are now capable of using television sets. We then see the message.
I think that they were
if your
before, though.
child
That's
is
why the
screaming, you
case
should
said
wait
kill
for your
yourself.
child to stop making noise, which is definitely some parent of the year advice, if any. Before
I
it
don't
shows a
think that
diagram
these-
of a mother walking into the room to see her child, that the cradle is empty, and then that face again on the TV. We then get the slow diagram as it shows the woman hanging herself with
Oh,
the
shit.
message, distraught at the sight of her missing infant. So it
Yeah,
seems
I
that
would
what
be
happened,
too.
this face or this alternate came through the TV, by some means took the child, and as the message said, distraught at the sight of her missing infant, the woman hung herself. This is the second time in the series we've seen someone commit suicide over what these alternates
think that the
do.
alternates
We then flip
influenced
over
that.
to the Mandela County Emergency Alert System.
I think
It
that the
says
police are just
across
not
4
dealing with
counties,
it.
There has been 3,426 missing children. I don't even know how this is just a Mandela County problem anymore. Like, if that many kids went missing, wouldn't, like, the military or
Yeah, really.
Batman or someone get involved? We get the
Batman.
important details about the TV immediately.
I want
after, as the
Batman to
message then
exist in the
says to
Mandela
keep kids
Catalog
away from the
universe.
TV and anything
That's
that
my
can
headcanon.
produce frightening imagery. We then cut over to what is a Mandela County police investigation of a suicide. It says after they heard the child crying and a crack, they could not find their child, to which the mother then committed suicide. We can only assume that this is the diagram we saw a moment ago. The investigator goes, takes this one image of the house, and has an incredibly dreadful feeling before leaving. One of the officers...
So I think that those early videos in Volume 1 still were being influenced by the alternates. I do think that, because like the K in the think principle was you know what, and then it switches over to know your place in reality, which is kind of a little less comforting. I mean, no, it's a little more comforting, but not that much. But it's like, I think that the alternates must be influencing these instructional videos or whatever, maybe to mess with the public, because, I mean, think about it. They're like meant to like mess with your head and whatever, and they're trying to get people to. It seems like they're trying to get people to, but how would anyone know that? How would anyone know that and be able to catalog that? Get it? How would anyone know that and be able to like make an instructional video on that? It doesn't seem like anyone survives these things. So it must be the alternates influencing these videos. That's my opinion, at least. I don't know.
Decided to go inside and set up a camera outside of the room in which the suicide occurred. For some reason, none of the police want to go within the room itself.
Yeah?
This is the order of images that we see from the camera that the officer set up. Initially, it's nothing before the entire room is shadowed, followed by a shadow with eyes eerily similar to that of Caesar's in the previous video. We see a face which is identical to the face we have seen in the television up until this point, before we get this horrific shot of a redacted black square on the staircase with the message, "Victim's corpse is seen being tampered with by invisible source." My favorite part about this, and this made me crack up watching it initially, for all of the pictures, it has in the bottom right the current threat level, like threat level none, threat level minimal, whatever. And for here, whenever it says that an invisible force is messing with the corpse, it says threat level evident. Like, yeah, you don't say.
That's great.
We did get a message from the police saying that the suspect is completely unidentifiable. However, the police have ruled out the chance of this being an alternate. Now, this is interesting for a couple reasons. For one, alternate's the only thing that we've really known about up until this point.
More.
But also, the fact that the police are aware enough about them that they can do things like rule them out in this supernatural case. Remember how in the first video
that
we
was
watched,
something from the video
that there are 3 different types of these creatures? Again, excluding the Jesus that we saw in the last one, because I want to talk about it as little as possible. But specifically,
you put it as the thumbnail.
Doppelganger and the redacted kind. Well, remember that whole detail that they partake in forms of psychological warfare, and the message that we get in this video where it says that they exist on different spectrums? Well, here's the initial setup to my theory for how this works, and I'll qualify it with more stuff we're going to see in a minute. I believe that the doppelgangers or alternates are a separate creature from the redacted type, which we now see called an intruder. Think about it this way. These things want to get to the point in which they can completely take on the physical form of a person. If I'm correct about Caesar being one of the alternates, then that's his final stage, and his next point wasn't to kill Mark, it was to have another one follow him home. So the final end goal that these things want to be at is to take over a human life. But we see some of them don't operate that way.
Take their life.
Like, for example, the one that followed Mark home, and now the one that's here in this house. Instead, both of them operated through fear. Remember that message whenever it was explaining to police call operators why they're never supposed to send anyone to help someone who's had an alternate encounter? Do you remember the message that said do not talk too much because they may find out what you're afraid of? I think
they didn't say that. They might hear your fear.
Which from here on out I'm going to refer to as intruders. I believe that these intruders, as it's mentioned, exist on different spectrums and cannot directly interact with people. So the way that they operate is they figure out what someone fears. This is also something that I'm going to consider for now alternate Jesus mentioned in Overthrown when he said that he will know what the shepherds fear. So these creatures, this whole cluster, all different
alternate is an interesting choice of word
that have been referred to as alternates, all use fear as a means of getting
alternate
to people.
universe.
And the reason that they do
the Mandela
that is to make people commit suicide. See what happened with Mark. This creature followed him home and tormented him for days on end until Mark couldn't take it anymore. And then whenever he does take the shot, the message that comes on screen says, "Uh-oh, bad decision, Mark," before we see that creature run up to the camera and supposedly put his face in it. As if this creature has been waiting on the edge of his seat for the opportunity for Mark to kill himself. And then what do we see here in this tape? We see that whatever this face is,
what if they can
whatever
influence
this
the
thing on another
afterlife?
spectrum is, the intruder has come through the television and stole this mother's baby, and as it says, at the sight of her missing infant, killed herself. But not only that, a few hours later, while the police are there investigating, they see an invisible force move and alter the corpse before it disappears. And the police specifically ruled out the chance of this being an alternate. The way I believe it works is whatever these creatures are, they start out as intruders. And the way that they work is they are on different spectrums and therefore cannot directly interact with people, but what they can get them to do is kill themselves. And then from there, they can possess the corpse that is now left behind, becoming an alternate.
Harmful
so the story
sensations.
that would mean thus far is that the first
Like the
victim of all
Lavender
of this
Town
had been
syndrome.
Caesar. He committed suicide. One of the intruders took over his body and became an alternate, to which now he's in his physical form and could do something like just murder his mother, or Caesar's mother. So now this alternate's goal isn't to just murder Mark, but to have him be a vessel for another intruder, to which the intruder carries out that whole thing and we can imagine takes over Mark's body. That would also explain why the police were able to rule out an alternate, because this isn't an alternate's MO. So while the police seem to be privy on this, between things like they know what alternates are and they know to not let the alternate at the end of a phone of someone having an encounter figure out what the call operator fears, but they're not perfect because they're not exactly sure how the intruders work yet. To drive my point home, let's get on to the final video of the series up until this moment, Metaphysical Awareness Disorder.
This one.
You see in this
Yeah, this is the
educational
teaser.
video that metaphysical awareness disorder, also referred to as MAD, has had a 95% increase in recent cases. In the demonstration of how it works, we see something fade into existence, say something unintelligible to a person, and then leaving. It says that MAD is exposure to verbal information that is not desired to be known, and that in 97% of cases, it results in the person's suicide. This is exactly what I was referring to. Whatever these creatures are, they can fade into existence, and they have this forbidden knowledge, or as it says here, information that is not desired to be known, and they are so effective at this that 97% of people exposed to it commit suicide. So this would be the intruders appearing before people, delivering their message, causing a suicide so that they can harvest the body. So then it talks about ways to avoid MAD, and it says some interesting stuff. It first says to avoid religious beliefs and philosophical practices.
Those are
we then
vulnerable.
get the horrifying message that if you're falling asleep and you think its eyes are in your face, do not open your eyes, it's watching. Which is the horrifying idea that if one of these intruders are in your house and you're falling asleep, it could be right in front of your face staring at you. So don't open your eyes.
But you like that one, don't you, Wendigoon?
With the Jesus face I showed earlier.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Horrific to my well-being. And Alex, I hate you and love you so much at the same time. Now, before I get into a final analysis with this, I need to mention just one more little thing that also backs up my point. If you go over to playlist on the Mandela Catalog channel, you'll see something called original copies. Now, from my understanding, this is quite literally the first Mandela Catalog Volume 1 video, just in its original edits before he came out with the final version. However, there are a couple details that back up what I'm saying. Whenever dealing with the section about Mark going to Caesar's house, there is a mention of the line, "We're in your house." Now, why this matters is because, remember in my theory, it's not just one alternate doing this, it is an intruder becoming an alternate then making Mark come over in order to provide a host for another intruder to do the same thing. So "we're in your house" implying more than one backs that up. Also, the final scene of Mark's suicide is slightly altered, and we get a message at the end, "I have a gift for you, and now I'm free." Again, if these intruders are confined to other planes of existence until they have a body to take over, Mark's suicide was a means of this creature becoming free. All right, so we've gone through it. Pat yourself on the back. You were very brave, and I'm proud of you.
Oh, fuck off.
And
Asshole.
while at this point I'm pretty confident in my theory that this is how alternates behave and the way that they act, we still don't know what they are. At least not yet, you don't. If you'll remember, in the Overthrown video, there was a couple of hidden messages that I didn't get to yet, but let's get to them now. There are 2 hidden messages in Overthrown. The first, as mentioned earlier, is whenever the redacted or false angel speaks to Mary, if you have your captions turned on, you can see there is a message there in binary. If you translate that binary, which thank you to Kiko, who's currently the top comment on that video for doing the translation, which if you translate that binary, you get the message, I am the one true savior. I must reverse the delusion. Joseph is next. For one, the Joseph is next part lines up because the next thing that we see is this same fake angel outside of Joseph's window talking to him. However, that line, I am the one true savior, is what's interesting, because at the end of the video we see something that looks like Jesus until the face morphs, but here we see that whatever that is wanting to take his place. However, it's the second hidden message that for me really does it. After the horrifying scene that shook me to my core that I talked about a minute ago, there is a brief cut before we see text on the screen where we just hear heavy breathing as if someone's distressed or scared. And then if you have your subtitles turned on, you will see this message. How frozen I became and powerless then.
Is this an
Ask
actual
it not,
Bible
reader,
verse
for
or
I
something?
write it not, because all language would be insufficient. I did not die, and I alive remain not. Think for thyself now. Hast thou aught to wit what I became, being of both deprived? What I just read to you is from the 35th canto of Dante's Inferno, which Dante's Inferno.
Oh, yeah,
is
you did a
story
video on
of
that.
the
Yeah.
character Dante in his journey through hell. What I just read is the passage that Dante says whenever he comes face to face with the devil. So think about how this is framed. We have this creature that is wanting to replace Jesus. He is essentially rewriting history for what we see. And then after we finally see him, we get the passage from Dante's Inferno whenever the man views Satan himself. I believe that what we're seeing, and I believe the entire story of the Mandela Catalog, is that Lucifer overthrew Jesus whenever Jesus came to Earth, and now history is played out not at the rule of Christ.
I don't think
but the rule
so.
of demons.
I don't
See,
think
all of the
so.
lines that we've seen so far in Overthrown
I think you're
is of this
taking
fake
that
angel,
first
or
video.
Lucifer, as I'm gonna call
Maybe,
it from
maybe
now
since
on,
it's the first
saying
video.
that he can be the one true savior, that he just has to deceive everyone, and his mentions that he will make them know fear. So now, looking at the text in red, and let's assume that's Lucifer at the end of Overthrown, it says, "Can't you see, I deceive them, such weak minds," referring to the fact that Lucifer has taken the place of God in these people's eyes. So then because of that, I believe the text in white that follows
Maybe
is the
I
now
think it might just be
overthrown
something
Jesus, as the title
trying to make
implies.
people
I'm getting like
believe
goosebumps
that.
talking about this right now. As you can imagine, this is a little touchy for me, but the fact that I'm so
Oh my God.
freaked out about it is why
No!
I think the series is so good, because it genuinely is getting to me. I think this final text at the end of the video, where it talks about being bound and being stuck in infinite sand, before the lines, "If there is a God, please help me," is the now human Jesus cursed to forever walk the earth because Lucifer kicked him out of his role in eternity. And also, if you think that I'm introducing religious ideas into this story,
No,
the
that's
first
not what I'm
video
saying.
on the channel is of the nativity story and the birth of Jesus.
I
So
know.
I didn't do it, he did it first. So what does that mean for all these alternates and intruders that we've seen? I believe that these are demons priming their takeover of Earth.
I think that's a
about it
little
this way. These demons,
too-
as it says, exist on different planes. They're not allowed to cross the
Maybe.
barrier over into our world. However, if they have forbidden knowledge and if they can convince someone to kill themselves, they can then possess their corpse in a quite more literal possession than what we've talked about up until now. And then from there, they can not only manipulate humanity, but they can get more people to be the host for these other demons. That's why up until this point, I've neglected considering the detectable of the three different kinds with the whole doppelganger and redacted thing, because I believe that both the intruder or redacted is just an early form of the doppelganger or alternate, whereas Lucifer, also shown as the detectable, is very different than the other path of demons that we've seen so far. Also, this is a bit more of a side note, it's not as important to the overall theory of the story. However, if you've watched my Dante's Inferno video, which no pressure, but link in the description if you want to, in that story, it's mentioned that if someone commits suicide, they go directly to hell, regardless of how they lived. And the
That's
fact
actually
that
interesting.
earlier in this story, we saw a direct reference to Dante's Inferno. Perhaps it's not only for the purpose of having a vessel to take over, while that may be the primary purpose, but also the fact that it's growing the number of souls in hell as they do it. So why now, right? If all the way back at like year 0, Lucifer was able to take over the role of God to people on Earth, then why wait so long? Well, once again, as mentioned earlier, these intruders find a way to make someone so afraid that they kill themselves, which would be a very hard and slow process if done on an individual basis for hundreds and hundreds of years. However, with the new invention of television, it's really easy to make a mass amount of people afraid all at once. Remember how there was a message during the child safety time where it said that do not let your children around a television or anything else that can cause frightening imagery? Well, while these things are still in a different dimension and can't directly harm you, they're putting out messages through television, they're whispering to people, they're talking to people, and all of that. Because of that, I'm going to make the further theory off of this theory I'm already building that initially one of the intruders has to find a way into the home. Like, for example, if everything was as easy as Mark,
It's like
and they could just
vampires.
find people and then torment them until they kill themselves, they would just do that. However,
Yeah, let 'em
remember
in.
Mark had to come to Caesar's house for it to latch onto him. So what most likely happens is they torment
Maybe it's the
people
other way around.
through
You gotta let yourself
whispers
in.
and through televisions and everything else. And then whenever someone kills himself, as we saw with the woman in the childcare story, they can then come in and inhabit that body and also open up a gateway for more intruders to come into our world. Or at least come into our world to the point that they can do something like follow Mark back to his house. So if someone makes a gateway for an alternate to be formed, that alternate can make a gateway for intruders. Also, remember that concept at the end of the Mad video where it said that in order to not develop mad, one of the things you should do is stay away from religion? Well, that's because religion is entirely different than as we understand it today, because 2,000 years ago, Satan became the root of the religious movement,
No,
or at least the Christianity movement. And also, remember how in Mad it said one of the ways to avoid developing mad was to avoid religion itself?
I guess maybe this is because I'm more of an Eldritch Horror fan, and I'm like, I kind of like the more like the untangible rather than like something with this kind of explanation. I think that it's just something that we don't know, that's attacking people's like most vulnerable areas, like something that they hold very dear to them, like their religion, or you know, their mom or something. Oh wait, that's not what happened with the mom. The mom collapsed. No. And that was the alternate saying that. I don't know. That's sort of what I interpreted it as. But he's a lot more in depth with his theory than I am. I'm making this up on the fly. Give me a break.
2,000 years ago, instead of Jesus becoming the root version of Christianity, it was instead Lucifer. So everything since then has been tainted.
Maybe.
That's also the second mention of religion directly within this series. So again, you can't say I brought devil stuff into this. It was already there. So as a short TLDR of the entire thing, Lucifer overthrew Jesus some time ago and has now slowly been building up an army of demons on Earth. The demons use fear to subtly manipulate people, and through modern electricity and things like analog horror itself, have a means of making people afraid on a mass scale. I just realized this is like true definitive analog horror, because even the creatures within the story are using the analog format in order to make people horrified. But through modern electricity are causing fear on a mass scale and doing things like abducting a lot of children at once in order to make that fear go further. And then finally, whenever someone kills himself, and that intruder is allowed to become an alternate by possessing that body, that alternate then opens the gateway for more intruders to inhabit our world. And if you come into contact with an intruder, you're stuck, and it's going to torment you forever until it gets what it wants. This is what we saw happen with Mark. This is why police do not respond to phone calls of intruder encounters. And this is why 97% of people who develop MAD commit suicide.
What about that
It
3%?
seems as
Maybe
if the
that's
police
who's making
are
the
only
videos.
ones who really know what's going on in this world. At least they have some sort of idea because they understand concepts of things like alternates, even if they don't get how intruders work. But on the wide scale, because it's still reported on things like local news networks, I think that we're seeing the early stages of this demonic takeover. However, my theory isn't perfect, right? And it still doesn't get to all of the questions. Like, for example, if these creatures exist solely
I
in
think
the
I missed the
spiritual
start
plane,
checkpoint. If I get
how
it
can
this
they
time,
do
I'm gonna
things like abduct
no,
children?
yeah,
Then
right.
is there a way to permanently stop these things? We see in the early videos that it recommends that you shoot it or try to neutralize it. Does that actually work? And is this something that the police have done? Or is this just to make you feel better about yourself? And then finally, and at the moment, the most pressing question to me, we still don't know what this was. Think about it. All the other alternates are actively trying to get the process going as fast as they can. However, when Mark was just a kid, this thing was just in his closet and in the dark room by the stairs. It just kind of lived there. This is entirely
don't go
different
after
from
kids?
any of the behavior that we've seen out of the intruders or the alternates. As a matter of fact, I was racking my brain so hard trying to figure out what this was that I messaged Alex and said, am I going crazy? Is this just like a lazy intruder or what? And he says that's something particularly horrifying that's going to be revealed in the next few episodes. So whatever this creature is that just kind of existed around
Right.
Mark, and then remember that
gonna be like
decades
some
later,
kind of,
Mark will eventually
child
lose his
molester
life to one of
monster.
these intruders and most likely become an alternate, or at least his body will become an alternate, and he will. not
Series
be
hasn't
present
held
for
back
that.
before. I wouldn't
And
be
there's
surprised.
a lot of questions that we've yet to see, but I guarantee you are on the way. To be completely honest with you, this is one of the most excited I've been for a YouTube series in a long time. I talked to Alex, and without spoiling
Pretty
everything
fantastic.
for me, which I appreciate, he told me that he has had this entire thing planned out from the beginning, which means he has a clear vision for
goddamn.
where it's going to go and what's going to be introduced. And right now,
Come on.
he's still building
Come on.
the puzzle. So
No.
all of my theories, while I stand by them, and that's going to be the mindset that I have watching the show as it continues, that doesn't mean that it can't be changed. Or it
Yeah,
doesn't mean that I can't
I
be
don't
wrong,
like
but
explaining it too
definitely
much.
think
I
we
kind of
haven't
like the
seen all
idea
of
that
it
it's
yet,
like
and
something
that there's gonna be
unknowable.
more
That's
pieces
at least the way I
that are
want to.
either
That's
gonna
the
make
lens
this
I
more
want to view the
complicated
series
or
through.
add
It's
entirely
just something
new
that wants to
layers
hurt you
And I talked to Alex, and
psychologically.
he's working hard to get new episodes out as fast as possible. As a matter of fact, while I was sitting down to record this,
Before I don't
he
entirely want
posted
everything
a
explained,
teaser
right?
for the next episode on his Patreon, and I'm so scared already.
Really?
And I may have not captured it as well in this video, but it's not
Maybe I'll
only
have to
a cool
subscribe to that
story, in my
Patreon.
opinion,
No, no more
but it is
subscriptions.
an excellent example of analog horror, and like I said, one of the best. So I cannot stress this enough to you. I've got the Mandela Catalog YouTube channel, Patreon, and Alex's Twitter, all linked below right beneath the ad. And if you want to
Be
support him on
fantastic
Patreon or
work,
Twitter,
man.
that would be awesome. But
Mr.
I'm telling
Alex.
you, you've got to sub to that YouTube
Why is every
channel
ARG creator's
because
name Alex?
I
Like
want
Marble
stuff
Hornets.
like this to get attention, because when
Well,
it
I
comes
guess that was
to art,
Troy,
especially in
not
something like
Alex.
the horror community, where in my opinion a lot of it's been kind of dragged out and bland for a while.
Alex was the creator of the
Giving
movie
good
within
art
the Marble
attention
Hornets universe, but
makes
his name in real
competitive
life was
art
also
more
Alex.
competitive. Or in other words, if things that are good do really well, then there will be more encouragement from not just other YouTubers, but from people who do things like make horror movies. There will be more competition to be scarier and to be better. And I definitely think that as of at this moment, if I was to go to Hollywood execs and they were to say, well, what's YouTube got that's so great with horror, I would slide them the Mandela Catalog, because for me, this
Really
really
good.
is the nail biter that I feel like he was going for, and I think he knocked it out of the park. So I've praised him
Yeah.
enough. Check him out. You need to go to the channel, watch it for yourself. It is worth your time. And if you've made it this far into the video, I'm glad that you thought I was also worth your time, and I greatly appreciate it. And thank you for watching. I love analog horror. I love like ARGs. Also, that's some. If you're still here, you get these little Easter eggs. Alex also mentioned that he is planning to add ARG elements into the series as it continues. And this is also the interesting part.
It's real.
He didn't tell me this, but I get the idea that if we've seen one season of it, he was describing kind of the roadmap for how big it'll be and adding ARG elements. We've got at least another 2 seasons, I feel. Probably more. But, like, his creativity is fantastic. Where he's taking this series is fantastic. I'm so excited. And one of the reasons I wanted to do, and this is also just another cool side note, he was very thankful, which you don't need to be, but he was very kind to me, saying that he was glad I was going to make this video on the channel whenever I told him, because he was introduced to Gemini Home Entertainment from my
Gemini
video,
Home Entertainment. That's the one that takes place in Minnesota, where I live.
Like his inspiration to, or part of his inspiration to keep going and get it on with the Mandela Catalog, which is really cool to me.
I was so excited when that series came out. I'm going to throw this in as
a hidden Easter egg. If you've watched this long in the video, this is a fun fact. So the face of the one that we don't know yet, the one at the end that I was like, we don't know what this is. The thing that was in Mark's closet when he was 4.
Right, he was going to show the Jesus face again.
I had asked him where he got all the faces from, because I was looking up the original faces, trying to see if there's some correlation.
Got him from
And the other faces, the face that was on the TV and the face that runs up to the camera after Mark commits suicide, both of those are police sketches, which is terrifying in their own right.
Really?
But there was the one of the guy in the hoodie, and
that's got to be like a
I believe that one's
something.
Also a police sketch, but he says he got it from my Conspiracy Iceberg series.
No.
Because he watches the conspiracy videos, and it was for the Despair Code. Hit the table. It was for the Despair Code, I believe. That was the image that was used, because that's just what people on 4chan associate the Despair Code with. And he saw that and then put it in. I was like, that is so cool. It's so wild to me that this creepy face that I hope is going to be a part of a huge, like, you know, online horror series, he pulled the face from one of my videos. That's so cool. That makes my heart so happy. And that was just so neat for me to talk about. And that I get the privilege to talk about it to you all. And thank you all for letting me do that. Thank you to Alex for this amazing series. I'm stoked that it's out there, and I want to see it do better, and I want to see more people watching.
So close. I know I'm close.
So again, links in the description.
I just gotta start moving way faster.
Thank you all for watching at this point. I mentioned this on Twitter.
Zigzag more.
But if you ordered one of the T-shirts, I'm sorry that they've been delayed up until this point. The way it works is they're through Printify, is how they're made. And the manufacturers of them, I believe, are going through COVID complications right now.
Yeah.
In other words, between like
that's the end of the video,
different mandates and restrictions and all that, they're having trouble getting production going. And I think seeing me in public and be like, I say this every video, and you guys know it. You support me, you get me here. You're
good
the
video,
reason I'm able to do this full time, and you're the reason I'm able to do things like show you great horror series that I find to get more attention. And I couldn't do it without you.
Yeah, pretty fantastic. Maybe I'm gonna put the where was the? Can I not scroll down? Gemini Home Entertainment. This one takes place in Minnesota, where I live. No, not Limu Emu.
Okay, who sat at my desk?
At Safelight, we have service the way you need it.
So when you have auto glass damage in Minnesota, trust Safelight Auto Glass.
So if you're like,
it's targeting me. See, I'm in Minnesota.
It may seem a little stale as of lately. By and large, it
hears me.
That studios are just trying to
it's an alternate.
Get numbers up
trying to get me through the TV, man.
Tropes. But if you're also like me, then I think I may
in the monitor.
Solution. Internet horror allows for a lot more creativity and a lot more independence when it comes to how a work is portrayed. But that's a catch-22 because it can be a mixed bag. Some can be fantastic and others not worth your time. So let me point you in the direction of one of the former, Gemini Home Entertainment. Gemini Home Entertainment is a YouTube channel that currently consists of 15 episodes. The creator of the series, Remy Abode, has done a...
Okay, I'm gonna ask that guy if he wants to duel. Let's take a break from this. There he goes off the edge. Probably wanted to do that from the very beginning, and I've just been chilling. Walk, Jesus Christ, dude. Okay. Watch me get my shit pushed in here. Can't let him leave him hanging like that. He joins the server and he's expecting a game. Oh wait, one-on-one? Oh shit. Is he ready up? Oops. Alright, whatever. Alright, We got that. Yep. Seems about right. Damn it. I'm gonna give it my all this time here. Got Mega. Get away from him. Damn it. It's grabbing all the items here. Damn it. Oh, he's going for Mega. Shit. Oh, I'm out of rockets. Ugh. No! Oh god. I guess should be up soon. I heard it. Get it! All that effort can't seal the kill. What? What happened? Oh. Oh, are we in the arena mode? Wait, what's SSJ? I've never seen SSJ before. This. This is another. Oop. Doing another race mode. Yeah, that's tough. Ooh, close. I don't know why I suggested this. Ooh. I can't, I gotta slow down there. Or just zigzag more. I don't want to slow down. Got it! That's fun. This is not gonna make me nauseous or anything. Whew. Oops. Lag, lag, lag. Stop lagging. Xfinity, you asshole! Calm down. Calm down. Whoa, my stream is going nuts too. What's happening? We good? Good. Gotta switch over to race mode. I think this is still one-on-one mode. He's going backwards. You disconnect? I might have joined that serve me game. Oh! I'm getting good at it. Look at this. I'm gonna first try this. Ah, a little too fast there. Should have zigzagged. God, QuakeWorld's movement is just so fucking good. Were we in arena mode when we were playing that duel, or was it just a very short duel? Because I could have sworn I was picking up weapons. Should I start playing that Gemini video again? Hold on. Gonna do it. This is
fantastic job at creating a true analog core. For those who don't know, analog core is similar to projects such as Local 58 that managed to inject a horror system inside of the confines of an
horror system.
In other words, if you think of old TV broadcast stations and how those can be used for horror elements, along those lines. Not only from a horror perspective, but Remy is incredibly
why is my speed all of a sudden? I'm not circling right. There we go.
Behind the scenes through these incredible 3D models that he creates himself. Today I'm going to be going through the main plot of Gemini Home Entertainment. and
Maybe turn my
analyzing what the story
key
might
presses
be.
on. Can I
However,
do that?
I highly encourage you,
Fine.
if this seems interesting at all, that you check out the original channel, which I have linked in the description, as it is criminally underrated. And
There we
also
go.
check
Now
out
you can
Riz's
see what I'm
Patreon,
pressing here.
also linked because Gemini Home Entertainment
Can you?
itself is not monetized, and this guy deserves the support. Also,
can't.
if this
Hold
is interesting to you, I did a video on another analog horror series, Local 58, early on in my channel, which will also be linked below. I also want to give a
There you
massive
go.
thank you.
Now you can see what I'm
So
pressing.
I love
Oop.
researching and recording
Hit
videos
quad.
like this, but I hate editing them. So a massive thank you to Caitlin.
I think he made it.
Editing this currently, for being a huge hand and letting me do stuff like this without hating half of the process. So her
It makes me nervous that he's spectating.
if you all enjoy the way that this video looks, I encourage you to follow her and let her know, because it was really appreciated and allows more content like this to come out. So thank you, Caitlin. And last but not least, I have to mention that Inside of Mind, another YouTube channel, which
Yeah, they did a video on it too.
Gemini Home Entertainment, and the points that they talked about.
I don't like that you can do that. You can just see my specs.
So if this seems interesting to you, I encourage you to check that video out. It will also be in the description. Oh yeah, and how could I forget? This guy, this little dude right here.
I wonder if I'm running an out-of-date version. Oops.
As always. Thank you all so much for watching, and let's get into it. Hey, sorry for talking you there. I was just thinking that since you're growing up and since you're becoming a man now, it was time that we had a bit of a conversation. You're growing up, you're maturing, and it's time that we talked about something.
Oh my god, I can't do it now that he's watching.
In the next few years. And that's a good wallet. What better wallet could I
Oh my god. I keep slipping off the edge.
And gone are the days
There we go.
of having a wallet full of 500 different cards that you never use and never sets in your pockets comfortably. Which is why Ridge is the do-it-all wallet from the smallest possible device you
God
can.
damn it.
To give you an idea, I put in this wallet every single card that I use on a daily
This is the last, I know.
And as you can see, it is still way thinner than my old wallet with nothing in it. The Ridge wallet allows you to
stop
fit
that.
12
I need-
cards inside of its very small frame.
Wendigoon,
comfortably.
Wendigoon.
Not
I
only
need
that, but every
I need you to stop talking about. I gotta focus here. Psyching myself up. Sit up, sit up. I'm gonna do it. Okay, getting better. I gotta do that circle properly. Oh my god. Here we go. I gotta do a bit faster. There we go. 500 speed. A bit too much though. There's hair in my mouth. Ugh. Gross. Alright. I stream. Why am I so nervous about him watching me? Because he's a Quake player, and it's like, oh my god. Too fast. Like, I always let go when I'm not about. Hands are sweaty. There's vomit on a sweater already. Probably losing his shit watching this. There he goes. See, now I'm doing it perfectly. Look at that. Look at that. The moment he leaves. Ugh. So if you're wondering how to bunny hop, I'm not the best example of it, but you circle with the forward and strafe key, and then you just move your mouse in the direction, and you can see that adds speed to your speed. It adds, turning in Quake is basically speed. That's what you gotta remember. But if you hold W midair, it doesn't let you air strafe. So you let go of it, and then you can actually turn midair with your air strafe. Not the best explanation because I'm fucking tilted. I'll tell you later. Hold on. Going too fast there. I gotta zigzag more if I'm going that fast. I can't like slow down. That's the issue. Yeah. See, I would have to. Maybe I can slow down. Maybe I just gotta not Is that just when you zigzag, it adds more. Yeah, I just gotta hit that sweet spot. So it's like you gotta get hit 470 on this first block and then hit 500 on the next. Like this. It's another fucking person. Oh my god. I'm gonna do this. Don't suggest that we do it. Just want to keep doing this till I get it, and then we can do it. Go too fast. I don't know how to fix the going too fast. I know how to fix the going too slow. I just gotta do it better. Then I do it too good, and then I go too fast. I'm beating one of these goddamn jump maps tonight. Genuinely sweating. Get hyped. Get hyped. Fuck. Close. I was really hitting the sweet spot there, just a little over it. How much was I going? I should have looked. My alarm's going off. God damn it. Oh, it screwed me up. Now, just start smoothly. Nope. Too far outwards. Bam, 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 bam. I tried to readjust there. I'm going too fast with it. I'm either like missing the first few, or I'm going too fast. Just gotta hit the sweet spot. I think it's somewhere around 550 maybe. No. Yeah. Now I'm just going too slow again. Getting too reserved. I'm tilted, bro. Where are you off? Try DMs. Alright. What the hell? I keep not jumping. Hold on. That map tilted me so much. I can rocket jump. I know I can rocket jump. Race. Hold on. Oh yeah. Is my jump keys working correctly? What the hell? Jump. It is right. What? Thought I enabled it. Let's try again. Okay, that's just something wrong with the... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why can't I rocket jump? Okay, it's not just me, thank God. Server browser. Alright, copy this. 45.75.20. I'm not new, but I'm just unexperienced with Duel, really. I don't play a whole lot of Quake Duel. You There it goes. Kinda. Death. Death. I don't know what's happening. I don't know how I'd change that. Right. This works. Hope he has the server browser that I do. Not, I'll have to get him. Hold on. You can check players in the... Where was he? What was his name? Doctor something. Thought. Alright. Going up. Oh, he knew. Holy shit. Oh god. Oh, I think he's better than the players I faced tonight. Oh my god. But he's gonna come through there. Yep. Fuck. Holy shit. God, I'm trapped here. Oh! Yeah, he's the best player I've faced tonight. Oh god. Bye-bye. Shit. Oh my god. Yep. God damn, dude. He's brutal. I'm gonna punish you for that. Take away some of your damn health. Well, now I'm fucking trapped. Lightning. God, this makes me afraid to bunny hop. What? You good? Oh, he's lagging hard. I don't know what's happening. Oh shit. I'll wait for him to see if he comes back. But yeah, alright, so this right here, this Gemini Home Entertainment series that he did a video on, it takes place in Minnesota. That's all I wanted to say. I think I'm done for the night. I've been streaming for like 2 hours. I gotta get some work done. Thank you all for tuning in. Watching me get my ass kicked and not win a single jump. I gotta fucking finish that jump map. God damn it. Hold on. Hold the hell on. What was that called? SSJ? Just... I did this first try last time or whatever. What the hell? There we go. Hold on. Just going single player now. Might mess up some of the rule sets, but I don't care. I gotta do it before the stream is over. I was so close to being there. Now I can't even do the first one anymore. Alright, hold on. Bam. Bam. Fuck. Bam. You gotta do that. I used to have that opening circle strafe just down, and now I'm just not able to. It's because I'm looking at it while I'm doing it. Hold on. The fuck? What is wrong with me? Alright, there we go. Ah! I guess we can play the Wendigoon video in the meanwhile.
Everyone needs to have some cash on them as well, and Ridge Wallet has got you covered with this handy little money clip. So specific counties showing in over 30 different models and colors, meaning it's secure, it's durable.
My back is sweaty.
It's cool. So in order to get you all set up, I have teamed up with Ridge to offer you guys 10% off with discount code Wendigoon. And to make the deal even sweeter, you can use the wallet for up to 45 days and then send it back for a full refund. Because Ridge has such confidence in their products, and they should. Because they know after you get
Oh my god, when
you're not going to want to get rid of it. So once again, discount code Wendigoon. Link is in the description. Thank you so much to Ridge for sponsoring this video, and thank you all for watching. The first episode is known as World's Weirdest Animals. It starts off as a standard nature documentary in rural Minnesota and focuses on different specific counties showing prairie chickens and burros.
Why can't I do this? I did it so easily.
Until it flips and says we are now looking at something that is everywhere across North America, and it's specifically a creature known as wood crawlers. Now, as far as specifics of everything that I'm going to talk about, at the end, I'm going to go back and analyze and try to put the pieces together, but for now, I'm just laying out the puzzle. It says that the wood crawlers are expert hunters, and they nest in the home of large families. This is because, as the video says, it allows them to adapt easier. Along with the
I'm going too fast. I'm going too close to the wall. I gotta go further out from the wall.
Voices. It also says to burn the bodies lest they stand.
Alright, this is it.
So we've established that whatever this wood crawler is, it infests the homes of families as a means to adapt. We then receive footage of something called Nature's Mockery. For now,
This is meant to be a chill stream, and now I'm very unchill right now.
Crawlers are synonymous. We then flip
I got bodied by 3 different Quake players.
found footage, we are watching someone approach a house.
But I felt myself get a little better.
After watching these things that look like people stand still and sort of float across the ground, we're then greeted with the title showing that they are, quote, fake people. We then see one of them off to the side moving their jaw in a very odd manner, as if they're trying to figure out how the movement works. This is before our cameraman is seen and chased away, ending the first film. As I mentioned, a lot of this may seem confusing at first, but hopefully as I go through explaining these, some of it starts to make more sense. Our second video is called Storm Safety Tips, and it's brought to us by someone known as Harbinge Technologies. This is our first mention of a specific company or entity making one of these videos. That will become more important as they go along, but just keep in mind that whenever I mention who makes one of these videos, just to hold on to it. Storm Safety Tip, similar to World's Weirdest Animals, seems to begin as a simple infomercial. This one is to instruct families on how to prepare for a storm. While it seems normal at first, it then tells you to prepare a structure that is a 10 by 18 foot room with a 4 to 5 foot hemisphere in the middle of the room. Not only that, but to then place a radio by the sphere itself. The messages then become even more odd, as it says to only turn on the radio in the case of an emergency. It then says, in the event of the storm, quietly go to the bunker. Your home does not belong to you now. Immediately we see a difference here that this is not related to any storm.
Okay, so wait.
But as was mentioned in World's Weirdest Animals and will be mentioned later, flip the word storm with swarm and this starts to make more sense. It then says that whatever you hear through the radio is a hallucination, and that your tears are filled with salt, which is concerning. It says after the storm is past, listen for movement.
Your tears are filled with salt, like mine after this
Look to the field,
goddamn stream.
return to your bunker. We're then greeted by footage of lights in the middle of
Why can't I get the good circle stripes anymore? I'm just like not able to do it. I gotta go faster. I got whoop.
The house is still there.
I got like
finally
whoop.
get the image of a speaker or something that appears to be a speaker on top of a tower before the video ends. So Harbinge Technologies, whatever this entity is trying to inform us what to do if a storm or swarm attacks. We then start to figure out more of what's going on in our third video, The Deep Blue. This one's done by Geneva Production Company and seems to be a
Geneva
documentary
Production.
about the ocean. As usual, everything seems normal at first, even though several of the facts mentioned are not correct, until we get to the Marianas Trench. We then see a fictional tunnel off to the side of the Marianas Trench known as the Demesia Tunnel, whose depth is unknown. We're then greeted by the image of this tentacle eye thing at the bottom of the ocean before transmission is cut off. This Demesia Tunnel implies that whatever's affecting us comes from somewhere very deep within the earth, and perhaps the culprit responsible is this squid-looking thing with a giant glowing eye. Not only that, but the light we see on top of the squid is incredibly familiar to the light seen in the field at the end of Storm Safety Tips. So whatever this thing is at the bottom of the ocean, it seems that several of them have come out of the ocean.
Too fast.
The danger that we have to be afraid of. In our fourth video, known as Artificial Computer Learning, we see a
Time to scout.
program from Reg Regnad computer.
I wish they could add an ad block to the
Regnad
browser thing in OBS.
program. This is done by showing generational learning.
Okay, so I gotta like duel it, like whoop.
Computer's processing gets better as it learns as time goes on. This is demonstrated by telling the computer to write a short children's storybook to which every iteration will become more clear. It is during this time that we're introduced to two very important names that will come up later, which is Jack and Mary. The first iteration seems simple enough, where it talks about Jack and Mary running and looking for a secret place. And then in Gen 2 it starts to get weird, where the last line of the story is "I hear you." We then get some more important details in Generation 3, where it says that Mary went down the river that Jack went over, and that the river does not flow with water. And then with Gen 4 we get a very message about Jack that says, "Jack heard again, voice from space, I have become something else." And then finally with our final iteration, it says, "Listen to the silver box, stars moving, the hungry eye, here I am." And we then receive an image of the tentacle eye thing shown in the deep blue. So for one, we have a name for this tentacle eye thing, which it's referred to as the hungry eye.
I'm not sure if I remember a lot of this.
We get in the children's storybook are interesting. We're going to see later here that this is not a children's storybook at all, and instead actually telling us these things. But what we get from the story mentioned is that Jack managed to get away and Mary did not. We then see that Jack heard a voice from space in some regard and became something. Listen to the silver box. The only reference to something
This is demoralizing.
box that we've gotten so far is that of the radio mentioned in Storm Safety Tips. So this is conflicting information, because in Storm Safety Tips it said do not listen to the radio, and now we're hearing do listen to the radio. But at the end of that same stanza, the hungry eye says here I am, implying that it is the hungry eye speaking. So best to probably listen to Storm Safety Tips rather than the eye tentacle. The story itself becomes more comprehensible with the fourth iteration of our solar system. Again, as the others, it opens up like a normal info show. Before it gets to Earth, it says Earth is one of the only planets in the solar system to contain life. And then when it gets to Saturn, it says that the rings of Saturn are the gateway. But then it gets really weird whenever we get to the planet Neptune, and it says that Neptune is the lens and has been mutated. We then see the iris appear. It then says that the iris is with us now, laughing at us, before saying behold as the iris itself begins to move on camera. We then see a shot of a sort of laser or light from Neptune, leaving Neptune and going through the solar system towards Earth. Now, while I can't be sure if this thing, the iris, is Neptune after it's been mutated, or if it's a new entity itself, I believe it's a new entity itself, as it says the iris is now with us, as if it came from somewhere else. What it seems happened is whenever this iris appeared, it attacked Neptune first. As it said, Neptune's been mutated. And then whatever happened to Neptune is now happening on Earth. In the 6th episode, Camp Information video, we find out about something known as Moonlight Acres Family Camp. During the activities section, where it talks about everything to do at this camp, it mentions something known as the Harvest. In the description, it says that the Harvest is the lights in the sky event that the camp is known for. These lights, once again, are very similar to that of the Hungry Eye, which was seen in Storm Safety Tips. When talking about the cabins and accommodations at Moonlight Acres, it says that they are burrow-free, which is the burrow that was mentioned in World
Oh, too fast.
In other words, whatever these wood crawler things are advertised as not being in the camp. When talking about safety equipment, we see the same tower that was shown in Storm Safety once again. The only true sign of warning we see is to not answer the knock at the door. When talking about the mythos and legends of
that part creeped me out.
It says that in 1935, well-dressed men appeared to the camp and every night would visit the counselor's cabin. It says that eventually a deal was made and the men no longer came around. It then talks about legends of skinwalkers that appeared around the camp. We then see another visual of the Hungry Eye before we then move into a category called vessels. It shows different people who worked at the camp and how each of them were a vansel because they, quote, answered the door, before finally cutting to another image of the Hungry Eye and saying that it is what asked to enter. The episode then ends when the door that has been knocked at is opened. So what all did we see in that one?
Shit.
Well, for one, we see the mention of skinwalkers, which in traditional legend is a creature that can transform itself to look like a human. These skinwalkers are mentioned immediately after it says strange men used to visit the counselor's cabin. So because of this, we can infer that it was skinwalkers that were approaching the camp counselor. Now, where else in this story have we seen a legend of things that look like people? That would be the fake people or wood crawlers that were mentioned in the first episode. So these wood crawlers or skinwalkers came to the camp counselor and eventually struck a deal and no longer bothered them. So while keeping that in mind, remember that this camp advertises their harvest or light in the sky event. Not only that, but at the end, whenever we figure out that the hungry eye is the thing that knocks on the door for these skin crawlers disguised as humans, that the vessels
Inside of Mine made a really good video on Catastrophe Crow too, and this.
For these creatures. It'll get more specific as these videos go on, but for now we can see that whatever these things are and however they're taking over the earth, it's been happening for a very long time, since at least 1935. Our next episode is titled Lethal Omen Commercial. This is for a video game created by Regnad Computing, the same people who did the Artificial Intelligence episode. It advertises in the game that you fight enemies in what appears to be the Moonlight Acres family camp. This is confirmed whenever a newspaper on the ground talks about how the up-and-coming Light in the Sky event has been canceled. Not only that, but next to the main office we can see a safety tower that was again mentioned in the storm safety.
Come on.
The game's
that one trips me up so bad. I gotta swing out.
The player comes across a sort of flesh or amalgamation of plants with what appears to be a person inside of it. Shortly afterwards,
Stop looking at the speed. I gotta not look at the speed. I gotta just look at this.
Moving in janky motions towards the player, which cannot be killed. Running away, the player comes across a bunker, and after going inside, we see it's the exact bunker from Storm Safety, due to the dimensions of the room, the hemisphere in the middle, and the radio next to the hemisphere. As the player is standing there, a wood crawler begins to burst in, before it then cuts to the middle of the night in the camp. The player turns around, sees the iris showing our solar system, before cutting out and ending the episode. So we see that Regnad Computing is at least knowledgeable enough about what's happening at Moonlight Acres.
Yeah, that one's messed up because you instinctually want to turn into it because it's the turn.
Speaker tower and the bunker, we see new things shown such as the slowly lumbering creature and the plant thing with a person inside.
Oh my god, my head hurts actually.
Really cool. You can actually play Lethal Omen. As a matter of fact, I did so on a live stream, which was my first live stream on this channel. If you go to the Lethal Omen episode of Gemini Home Entertainment, it's linked in the description. You can play it. There's multiple endings. It's really cool. I'm not going to link it here below because that means you have to go to the original video to get it, so this guy can get more traffic because, once again, he deserves it. The next episode is Jack Wilder's Wilderness Survival Guide. As is common with these things at this point, everything seems fine, talking about survival gear.
I'll be home in the morning. Where are you going? I'm staying over at Susie's tonight.
What's new? The flyer.
Until talking about how to deal with wild animals, and we get to the
Advertising horror movies to me because I did a horror show. Or I'm watching a horror show. Oh god, I'm so messed up. My brain's fried. There's nothing left but Quake.
As Nature's Mockery is what the wood crawler was described as in the world's weirdest animals, and the image that we're seeing on screen is very similar to the plant thing seen in Lethal Omen. It says that if contact is made with Nature's Mockery, the person will receive hallucinations, sudden muscular paralysis,
I think I'm done.
body disfigurement, and flesh
I'm gonna
decay.
get it. I'm gonna get it done.
Section, when it talks about sounds,
But this is actually kind of like I can't do that many times. It's not gonna.
Screaming, and it's described as.
Thanks, Wendigoon, for providing background noise there. I wish I would have commentated on it now more. I'm just kind of using content doing that. Sorry. Yeah, that was a fun stream though. Maybe I'll stream earlier in the day more often because I need to get my sleep schedule back in order. Sorry. So I hope you all have a good day. Thanks for tuning in.